Hello, internet. So yeah, we're back. Anime collection part one, two, three, four, five. Okay, so I just realized something though. So let me. I guess I'll talk about it now. I could talk about the end, but I'll just cover it at the end too. I'm not sure how much more longer this is gonna take. But this isn't like my full collection of anime. I just realized something. Like, I think the ones I had in this case are the ones I was keeping because I didn't want to throw them out. And then I had already gotten rid of some of them because I was looking through like the rest of the stuff I had, and I didn't find cases for like everything else. And then I realized, oh wait, I have thrown stuff out because like there's some Dragon Ball Z movies I have that I don't have the cases of, and I'm like, did I already throw it out? I guess I did. Whatever. So this is probably just the stuff I was keeping or I didn't want to get rid of, or just anything I've like bought in recently. And I just haven't had the time to like toss it. So yeah, we're gonna start. Wow, I'm sorry, I didn't want to do that. That's a habit I have, but I'm like not recording. I just put my mic like that. But we're gonna start with some Ghost in the Shell. So, uh, this is the standalone complex second gig season box thingy, complete collection. It's got this like really. I'll probably keep this one. That's pretty. It's pretty cool, detailed. It's got some like really neat magnetic lock on it thing. Very interesting. So yeah. Also, I have like a bunch of deep like stuff around me, which is like why I'm like in a weird position right now. But like it opens up and like snaps with a magnetic lock. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I think it's cool. But, but yeah, I love Stanley Complex season 2 just because it's so different from first season. It's so different, and to me, it's just like it's. I mean, sure it could be better, sure it'd be worse, but it's like there's no arguing that it's a great like series and good season, and like it just the dynamic that you have Section 9 on the defensive, 80% of the way through, or it seems like the majority of it's like it may not be like 80% or 70%, but like the majority, like over half of the time, Section 9's on the defensive on this one, and they can't really like do anything to Goda until they like get the like the very the very end when it's like, yeah, they got him. It's like, yeah. So that's a cool dynamic of just like his what's that word? His like his provocations on them of like, ha ha ha, neener neener neener, gotcha. You're not gonna catch me. But then they like, that's great. Like, he felt like he was so like above and untouchable, and like he had him, and he's like, oh, I know all these loopholes. I know all these loopholes. But then like that's like that was so good. But then you also have like all the sub arcs with like the individual 11, and then besides Goda, you have like that, and then, like the standalone episodes are really good too. Like the one where you have I'm not sure whose face it was. Was it Pazu? Like he gets like some weird stalker lady that has like a ghost syncing device, and then she like transfers her ghost into like a a body that is basically the 100% copy of him. So you have like a Pazu versus Pazu fight, and like one of them dies, and you don't know if it's like him or her, and it's like, oh, that was weird. That was super weird, but like super cool, and just like so Ghost in the Shell, just so good. Oh, and then like the whole arc of like, oh yeah, and then like the refugees, dude. That like the whole like Dejima refugee situation, and like that sub arc, and just like the whole suicide bombers episode. That was crazy, and just man, it was yeah. You have like so many just like sub arcs, and then you have like the overarching of like individual 11, and then you have like the Goda and him trying to like be all, oh, you're not gonna get me, and then yeah, and it was good. But let me let me show the craziness that I have set up right now, because I basically got all of these DVDs, and I was like, oh well, let me put all of them over here, and I will just do this very there's some right there. There's some. Well, these ones on this side I've already done, but this one's over here. Like, if you can see these ones right here, just yeah, like doing those and just trying to go through all these right here also. So I'm sitting in front of me. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, that's why I'm in like a weird spot here. If it looks like I'm, even though I keep moving the camera, it's like if I should stop doing that. Like that's probably also why it's looking weird. But whatever. But yeah, I love Ghost in the Shell, and like Stanley Complex to me is just like the pinnacle Ghost in the Shell experience. If you've never watched it, start there, and then go from that. Because I mean, I guess I would say well, no, because the I can't even think now. The Laughing Man is just too. I don't know. It just seems too Ghost in the Shell. Not too Ghost in the Shell, but it's very by the numbers of like, oh, there's this master hacker. We can't catch the person. Let's try to find them, and then they have shenanigans happen, and it's just them trying to get to that guy. And then, I mean, not to like knock the Laughing Man. That was great. Like that's a great arc and stuff. But it's like this one to me just has a better like team. You know, we're a team. We're doing this stuff as a team, and that's the way it is. And then you have the whole like Tachikomas, yeah, like in the first season they were good, second season they're even better. Ah, man, yeah. Okay, and then this is the Solid State. Whoa, camera got weird there. Solid State Society. So this is like the movie that came out after Standalone Complex second season. Really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. This is the what is this? I'm trying to see if it says like special edition or something on the side. Whatever. It probably is because it's a flippin' what are these called? I'm sorry. I've been doing this all day. I'm trying to like keep focus. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. But this is a steel disc case. Yes. So this is probably like some limited edition or something. But this one's really good too. But like I said, you know, about the well, I just repeat myself. But you know, as I said about the Laughing Man thing, this is a very similar storyline where it's like, you know, there's a mysterious what's the other word? Mysterious and elusive hacker out there that they can't catch. It's committing all these crimes and perpetrating all these things, and oh, Section 9's called in because nobody else can catch them because they're the only ones that, or they're the ones that focus on cybercrime. Who's the But then like, okay, I'm not gonna say what happens at the end, but there's something that happens at the end of this one, or stuff goes down in this one, and it's like, oh, that's like, I guess that's what makes this one like you know, a unique and special is that like the when stuff goes down, it's like different from all the other times stuff goes down, and it's like, oh well, that did not turn out that way, and I did not expect that and see that coming. So that was a cool twist. Whoops. Well, there's not a twist at the end. There's nothing that like happens. Whatever. There's something happens. Okay, I'm not gonna say what it is, but something happens, and then you're like, oh, and you're left to ponder and think about it, and it's like, that was a good time. That was a fun ride, Ghost in the Shell, Solid State Society. Fun time. Oh, another thing about Standalone Complex, both season 1 and 2, amazing soundtracks, just so good. Just the opening for both of them, so good. Just yeah, I'm not gonna start singing or humming it, but dude, it is the good stuff. Okay, and then like Arise, part 1, or the first half rather. I really enjoyed this. I mean, I'm cool. Like, there's some people that are just like, oh, it's not the same, blah, 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 or why did they have to do it before Standalone Complex, or does it tie into it? Whatever. But I thought it was cool, like, seeing the Major, like, more, you know, like, she's, like, in this series, like, she's, like, not as, like, professional as she is in, like, Standalone Complex, where she's got, her temperament is, like, yeah, her temperament and demeanor, she's just so much more, like, gung-ho than she would be in, you know, she's just, like, even that much more, what's that word for it? Go-getter. Like, yeah, man, just it's like yeah, and then she doesn't really ever notch it or ratchet it down, I guess. So it's kind of cool to see like Major unhinged and not as I don't think, is she Major? I don't think she's a Major yet either. So that's kind of cool too. So she's just, actually she probably is, but yeah, man, as you're doing all the cases, and she's like not as much as like, oh, Motoko Kusanagi in this situation would do this thing, she's like doesn't do that thing, and it's like, oh, that's kind of cool because like she's a rookie, or she's not as experienced, so it's like she's doing things that she wouldn't do, or doing them but not as good. And it's like, huh, that's a neat take on the character. I enjoyed. And then Ghost in the Shell new movie, I think I've only watched this through once, but I did enjoy it. Of course, obviously, because it's Ghost in the effing Shell, but it was cool because it's like a follow-up to the Arise series. So at the very, not the very end, I think it's like okay, maybe it's the very end, but like the final episode, you get like the whole team. So it's like, you know, you have the team together in action in this movie for like the first time after that series, and that was a cool cool thing to see as far as like their first case. Okay, it's probably not their first case, but like a major case that they're working on. It could have been. I don't have anything bad to say about it. I enjoyed it. So I'm trying to remember now because I'm like, what happened? I didn't forget. It's just okay. I kind of did forget, but yeah, it's not bad. It's good. It's good. If you like Ghost in the Shell, you like it. Oh. Okay. And speaking of stuff I liked but I didn't like, here's the Appleseed Ex Machina. Ugh, just why? I mean, it's like I wouldn't be saying that if it was bad, but it is bad. It's just it was all action, like not enough story or character development, and just like yeah. I have nothing good to say about it. It's just like the first one was such a good like foundation laying and like building, and then like this one comes in and it's just there's just not it's just yeah it's so disposable and like doesn't go anywhere. It's just, I don't know. I just thoroughly dislike that one. It's just I don't want to talk about it. I was very upset after I saw that, just because it was like the Appleseed before that one was so good. It was just so good, and then I saw that one, and it was just like what, huh? Just like how do you get this from that? It's just yeah. There's like a weird thing where they introduce like the human form Bararios. I forgot like the whole specifics of the matter, but then you have like this whole like stupid story of like or like story subplot of like Bararios Dunin and then human Bararios. Just disgusting. It's disgusting. Yeah, I was disgusted. And then we've got some Razafon, the motion picture. I've actually never seen this. I've had this for like a long time, and this is another one of those that comes in the box to put the entire series in. But I haven't seen the series, which is why this is empty. So I need to buy it. But then it's probably really expensive on Amazon or eBay right now. So maybe if they ever re-release it on Blu-ray or not, whatever. So it looks like it's a mecha series. So another one of those. Speaking of mecha, here's my it's got another one of those cool magnetic thingies where it like closes the box. I thought, yeah, that's why that's so cool to me. Where's my Ghost in the Shell one? I want to do that. Hold it upside down real quick. It's like, oh, it's held in place by magnets, so it doesn't, you just hold it upside down and it doesn't fall out because it's magnets. Isn't that cool? Isn't that so cool? It's like you just close it and then you can hold it upside down. Ho ho ho. Yeah, Gundam Seed, it's cool. Like this is basically like a similar thing to the Gundam motion picture trilogy that I have, where it's the 3 movies of the series. This is the same thing as that, basically, because it's also, I think, not dubbed. It's in Japan subtitles only, or Japanese subtitles only, I think. Oh wait, never mind. English and Japanese audio. But yeah, because I wasn't able to watch like the series for some reason. Like going back to back when I would watch these, like it would always like have like in the spring probably was like when we got new episodes. But then in the spring, like during high school years anyway. Well, no, in middle school, I'd run track, so I was never able to see like whatever new series were on in the spring because I'd be running track. So it's like if it was like not on in the summer for like rerunning or whatever, I wouldn't be able to see it. And then in the fall. Well, in the fall I could watch it because I never made the basketball team. So if it wasn't on in the fall or the summer, I couldn't see it. So it's like this is one I didn't see in the summer. Rurouni Kenshin is one. There's like some other stuff that like came out that was like on in the summer. I'm sorry, it was on in the spring. I probably didn't get to see it, or like if it wasn't, yeah. It's like whoa, my camera's like out of focus for now. I'm not sure why, but yeah. Usually I would at least see like some like whatever new series was on that year in the fall or summer, but if it was on in the spring, not so much. Haha. Oh, another Ghost in the Shell title. Well, this is Ghost in the Shell 2.0. It's the beyond high definition apparently Blu-ray remaster of Ghost in the Shell. It's yeah. I mean, I don't have anything to add on from what I said about Ghost in the Shell when I had the DVD copy of it wherever I put it. So I would say start with Standalone Complex still. I mean, Arise is also a good starting point, I would think, but like after I watched it, and I was watching it with a friend, and she made the same point. But basically, the there's a lot of too many like similarities as far as like each episode or like each like arc as far as, oh, the bad guy was this person, or this is their MO or whatever, or their SOP. It's like you have overarching themes. Oh, that's the, yeah. There's like weird overarching stuff that happens, but then it's because it's like dealing with the same issue. They don't cover as many themes as they do in Standalone Complex season 1 or 2, where it's just like, you have like the refugees. That's season 2, man. I don't care. Season 2 is God tier. It's like you have the refugee issue, you have the intelligence agency with Goda and like him trying to like get at them. You have the Individual 11 arc that is just so good with Kuze. You have Tachikomas and they're like, their evolution as characters, which is amazing. The team comes together and is like an awesome team. And then standalone issues or standalone episodes, like that one. Okay, also they also like hint at like the Major's origin as far as like the plane crash thing. That was amazing. That was incredible. And like the origami like episode where like she can like only use one hand, and that's why she got so good at it. And then and like her and Kuze, that was very touching. That was very touching. I was like, and like that one, and I think I'm not sure this is season 1 or season 2. I think this might be season 1, but like the one where someone like had like encased their cyber brain in like a case that you could like interact with and like go into and then come out of, and it's like showing, it's just a loop of like a movie that they were very touched by. Like, that was man, that got me. It's like basically they encased their cyber brain of a memory they wanted to share with everyone, and like everyone, like, or like when you got into that cyber brain, there were people that like stayed there and like just left because they're like, this is such a touchy movie. It's like, because like when she goes in, and I'm sorry, it was just so good. And then like when she goes in and like she sees like the engineer that was like working on it, and she's like, oh, like what's going on, what's happening? And she's like, and he's like, oh, this is the lobby. Just go to the screening. Like they're about to show it again. And it's like, and then like she watches it and like she cries. And it's like, oh, I'm gonna go cry. It's just, that's great. I was like, that was like you had like such like so many. I'm sorry, dude. Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex second season, second gig is just, it's God tier. It's like, it is like the best. I don't care what anybody says. Just, and then like and the action sequences are just as good, dude. Like you have the whole part with the natural enemies episode where you have like the Jigabachi versus the Tachikomas. So good. And like the music that plays. Standalone episodes are so good too. Yep. And you have like the one with like the dude who like blows up he doesn't blow up skyscrapers. He like bombs skyscrapers, but like the glass from the skyscrapers like kills civilians under them. That's like his calling card. And then like he has like his daughter or something, and then they bust him, but like they can't do anything to like help the daughter, and it's like, oh, so sad. It's good. I'm sorry. I'm just like thinking about it now, and I want to watch it again. So it's like, and I have like no time now because I've been doing these videos all day. So I might have to like, anime marathon tomorrow? No, because I gotta see Jason Bourne. So maybe like a mini marathon or something. Cause I have to. Well, no, yeah, tomorrow's Monday. I started a podcast, so I might be watching some anime tomorrow because I've been thinking about it all day and talking about it all day, and it's getting me. The juices are flowing. All right, next up we've got Mass Effect Paragon Lost. We're almost at the 20-minute mark, but I have a lot to say about this one. This one was interesting. It's an okay adaptation, I would say, of the Mass Effect universe. Not like the best ever or perfect, because they get some things right, some things wrong. But it was cool to see how they basically had this like side story, backstory thing. And then if you play the game and like, James Vega, and you talk to him and he like says all these things that happen, it's like, oh, okay. I can, like, to me, like, I didn't like James Vega as a character, like personally, but then after seeing this and then like, where he's coming from, okay, it's like I made peace with him and like, we're cool, but I still think he's not the best character, but I don't hate him anymore. It's like I originally just did not like him as a character, like in Mass Effect 3. Just, I was like, who is this a-hole? He's not Rex, he's not Grunt, he's not, my homies that have been through the fire with, and this like new human guy shows up. It's like, who's this? Whatever. So yeah, it's kind of neat though, because like they have like the collectors in it, who are very absent in Mass Effect 3. So that was kind of neat the way they did that too. Also the whole part with Liara and Citadel and all this stuff about, oh, Reapers don't exist. It's like, that was cool as far as like seeing the what would that be called? I don't know. Like how they're just like an urban myth, I guess. as opposed to like they actually exist. You've actually seen them as Shepard, but then everybody else doesn't believe in them, and like you can like see why from your interactions with the characters in that one. Oh my gosh, stacks of DVDs all over the place. Ridiculous. All right, so that was part. What part was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is part 5. All right, so I'll be back with part 6 and more, talking about my anime collection after this.